Hello everybody, my name is Joe Carter, and this is part 2 of my playthrough of Robin Hood. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, please watch that first. This is a continuation of that, and we are currently on... The date is January 5th, 1180. This is Nottinghamshire in England, medieval England. And in the previous video, we had fought a group of bandits, and Robin had received 1 wound, and Marion received 1 light wound, and Little John had received 1 light wound. We severely wounded several of the bandits, but we did not kill anybody, and they evaded and escaped. They took the wounded with them. So we did not gain anything, but we did receive some light wounds. Now we do have 2 medicine units. Robin's carrying 1 and Marion's carrying 1. So each medicine unit removes 1 light wound. So we only have 2, enough to remove 2 light wounds. But Marion did, in the last video, Marion did find 1 healing herb unit in Sherwood Forest when they were traveling through. So maybe she can try to brew some medicine once they get back to the cave hideout. Now, let's see. Last time we got ourselves a quest, the wolf pelts, and we have to deliver as many wolf pelts as possible to Alberton. A minimum 1 wolf pelt for sure for the quest to be successful by January 22nd. So, and also last time I mentioned that, first of all, I mentioned that one of the spaces, the inventory spaces, is used up by the wielded weapon, and that's not true. I made a mistake. Sorry about that. So basically you can hold 1 wielded weapon, and then also you have 4 inventory boxes. And you can also carry multiple weapons if you want, and then switch them back and forth. But you're not going to do that. You're going to just carry the base weapons, the generic weapons, like here, to give to the towns that you take off of dead soldiers or dead bandits. So, let's see. We currently have 170 gold. Robin is carrying 70. Lady Marion is carrying 100. And they are all dressed as peasant disguises. That's the default disguise. If you go into the castle, they switch to soldier disguises like this. It's on the back side. So this is a soldier disguise, and this is the peasant disguise here. So let's see. I think we're going to, let's see, we have, oh yeah, let me mention one more thing. Last time I talked about, there should have been a, road from Zone 4 to the cave hideout to Zone 4 to 19, and it's like, it's missing. I had forgotten this map was updated, and I never printed out the new version. So this is the most recent version. Every single Sherwood Forest green zone has a connection, so, to the cave hideout in the center. So that's the way it should have been. So we're going to, I think we're going to maybe buy, let's double check the prices of, we might go ahead and travel back to Newstead Abbey and buy 1 more healing one more medicine unit so we can heal everybody before the next combat if we encounter any enemies. So let's go ahead and check the prices before we travel. Let's see, that's section C tables in the brown. Let's check Newstead Abbey prices. Medicine 125, 100 gold. Okay, Friar Tuck is present, so we get 100 gold. That's 20 per. Yeah, it's 20% discount. So we would get 100 gold plus he has 5 barter skill points, so that would be an extra 10%. So that would be 90 gold. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna travel. So the day ended in the last video. The combat had finished and the day was over with. So this is the next day on it's Sunday, January 5th. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and travel to Newstead Abbey. There's no combat checks in the brown zones usually. Okay. So we're at the Abbey, and we're going to go ahead and purchase one medicine unit, regular medicine unit. And oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, here, I forgot I'd placed this note. Newstead Abbey does not barter. So you can't use the barter skill at Newstead Abbey. I forgot I included that. So we're only going to be able to get one medicine unit for 100 gold. We'll have to pay a full 100. But it's still 20% off, so because Friar Tuck is present. He has connections with Newstead Abbey. So we're going to go ahead and buy one medicine for 100 gold. So we're going to have Marion pay out 100 gold. And we're going to go ahead and find a medicine unit here. We don't want poison. We got strong medicine. You can't buy strong medicine from the Abbey. You can only buy regular medicine. Strong medicine removes 2 light wounds, or basically 2 light wounds is moderate wound. So it removes a moderate wound. Okay, here's the medicine. We can give it to anybody. Doesn't matter. Okay, now we're not going to do anything else at the Abbey. This is all you can do at the Abbey is buy stuff, buy these items, a few items. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and drink the medicine, and it's instantly removes the 1 light wound each medicine unit. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Removed all 3. That's expensive. That's like 300 gold right there. So if you get a lot of wounds, it's very expensive unless you collect herbs, healing herbs in Sherwood Forest, and you brew your own. Recovering from wounds is very expensive. So we're going to go ahead and remove the light wounds. 1, 2, 3. Now they're all better. You do not have to spend a long amount of time recovering. That was a rule I had actually changed. Originally, this game, you had to spend time, like at the cave, weeks, or a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks recovering, and I decided to change that because it just wasn't practical. It made the game too difficult. So I went ahead and just did, it's kind of gamey, so you have to kind of overlook that, but I went ahead and made it where they can only recover from wounds if they have medicine units, and that's the only way. But it is instantaneous. So, but the one thing is if they are wounded and you don't want them to be killed like take them traveling around, it's best to keep them at the cave hideout. You can like leave them off until you can buy medicine or collect, you know, the healing herbs and then brew it. So it's best to leave them there at the cave hideout if you cannot heal them right away. Now the rules don't really allow you to leave them in the towns. It's kind of a vague rule. I could have been more specific, but if they're wounded, you need to leave them at the cave hideout if you don't want them out and about, because the towns do not want them there in case, you know, word got out that they're harboring outlaws, wolf's heads. They don't want any part of that, so they don't want the revenge, the sheriff getting revenge on the towns for helping outlaws. So if they are wounded and you can't heal them right away, they need to stay at the cave hideout. Okay. So let me reset my timer here, my watch. Okay. Now we're all healed, we're all good. Now we do have our quest here. Wolf heads. You have to deliver, actually the pelts. The wolf pelts, I'm thinking wolf's heads is an outlaw. But wolf pelts, you need to deliver as many as possible before the January 22nd to the town of Alverton. Alverton is here, so it's not very far from Sherwood Forest. Now you can only hunt wolves in Sherwood Forest, so we're going to go ahead and we have a direct connection. So the day is ended. We're not going to do anything else in the Newstead Abbey. We're going to mark off the day here. Okay, we have no other checks right now, color-coded checks in the calendar. So we're going to go ahead and move to the only connection, the forest connection is Zone 5. We're going to go ahead and move into Zone 5 and do some hunting. Now you can only choose one activity in the forest, like gathering healing herbs, gathering poisonous plants, or hunting for wolves. Okay, so if you can't do several activities unless you split up the parties. Like if you have several bands, they can do different activities on the same day. But if they're all, it's probably best to keep them all together, especially if they have skills that are relevant to what you're doing, because they have a better chance of recovering the plants or killing the wolves, like if the hunting skill or whatever. So it's better to have them grouped together if several of the merrymen have the same skill, because it's cumulative, it compounds, and it gives you a better chance each day. So because time is very precious in this game, you don't want to be spending weeks and weeks doing something that you're running out of time, because you only have 1 year in the game to complete your the rebellion and overthrow the sheriff. So, and here I have some reminders. Oh yeah, and then there's hunting deer too. I forgot that. So let's see here. Gathering poisonous plants. Okay, these are like little reminders which activity the merrymen are doing. And I believe I included... How many of each one did I include? Hunting wolves. Yeah, I included 2 reminder counters of each. I figured most players aren't going to have more than 2 groups, 2 bands doing things on the same day, doing a hunting or gathering. So we're going to put this reminder counter here. This is our activity that the band is doing. We're going to put it here. This says gathering healing herbs. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to spend a few days searching for herbs, or herbs, I guess. Pronunciation is British as herbs, I suppose. So we're going to go to section the D tables, green, Sherwood Forest, green zones. Now, the one bad thing is when you're in the Sherwood Forest green zones, you're going to have to roll for a forester check every day. You might come across some King's Foresters, and then you're going to have to maybe do combat if you're detected, if you can't ambush them. So we're going to go ahead and we have to roll for forester encounter first. There's always a 10% chance that you're going to come across some foresters. So let's go ahead and roll. Okay, I rolled a 10. All right. Okay, and we got some foresters. So we're going to go ahead and go to D3, forester, number, and skill. We have to roll 1d6 to see how many foresters. There can be a maximum of 6 foresters. So we're going to roll 1d6. Okay, we rolled a 2. 2 foresters, that's not too bad. Okay, and then we're going to roll for each one, we're going to roll 1d10 for their skill level. I'm going to just roll 2 at the same time. Rolled a 9 and a 3. Okay, we have an average and a veteran. So let's go ahead and go over here and look for a couple foresters. There's 1. There's only 2 foresters. And forester number 2, there is. Okay. And then 1 is an average. So there's no skill counter for average. And then veteran is, here they are, I have my counters. We're going to put him up here, veteran skill. Okay, now there's a good chance we're going to kick some butt. And we're going to go ahead and go for ambush check to see who discovers who. Maybe we'll have a meeting engagement, or they ambush us, or we ambush them. Ambushes are very dangerous, and if you're ambushes can really make or break you. They have a huge influence on the outcome of the battle, because you get to attack with a massive table modifier bonus for every merry man, and it can really wound and kill a lot just during the first combat round. So it's very good if you build up your let's see, which skills do we have? Yeah, like disguise skill is used for ambushes, and then I believe camouflage is also used for the ambush skill. So let's no, actually, let's see. Yeah, the disguise skill is only used in, I think, let me see, just a second. I think it's only used in the castles. I haven't played this in quite a while. I'm going by memory. Let's see if there's, yeah, okay. So in the outdoors, it's only useful for camouflage, the camouflage skill. I think. Let me double check. I want to make sure. Let's see if I can find the disguise skill. Let's see. No, actually, yeah. So if you encounter the bandits or soldiers, you have to do a disguise check. But when you're doing the foresters, like in the Sherwood Forest encounters, the only skill that you can use is the camouflage skill. So you don't rely on the disguise skill when you're in the forest. only the camouflage skill. So, because you're not along the roads, if you're traveling along the roads, you're going to rely on your disguise skill. Let me make sure that there's no... Yeah, so only the disguise skill is relevant when you're in the yellow zones. And then the camouflage skill is only relevant when you're in the green forest zones. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and check for ambush. We do not have any ambush skill points. I mean, any camouflage skill points for the ambush check. So we're going to, yeah, we have none. So it's going to be probably a median engagement. It's a 80% chance of median engagement, 10% base chance of forester ambush, and 10% base chance of 10% base chance of merrymen ambushing the foresters. So I can't talk today. I apologize. I'm like half asleep. Okay, brain's not working well today. So we're going to go ahead and roll 1d10 and see if there are any ambushes. Okay, we rolled a 7, so that's a median engagement. Neither side has an advantage, so we spot each other at the same time. Now we're going to have to roll random. Draw from the draw cup randomly. We're going to have 2 foresters, 1, 2, and of course all 6 merry men. These are the draw cup counters, just numbered, color coded. But we have no wounds, which is good. That's why you have to try to heal wounds as soon as possible, because you never know when you're going to come up against enemies like bandits, foresters, Templar knights, king soldiers. You never know. Okay, let's see who attacks first. There's a good chance we're going to kill them. There's a very good chance, because they're totally outnumbered. Whoa, what's that 12? What's that doing in there? That's not good. It should be a 2. Okay, let's do that one more time to be fair. Okay, 1. That's Robin Hood. He gets to attack first. We're going to go for the regular forester, regular skill forester. We're going to target him first. And Robin Hood is firing his bow and arrow, his long bow. He's going to shoot an arrow. And we're going to go ahead and go to D7, Merryman attack. You can see that. I'm going to roll 1d10. Let's check out the modifiers real quick. Okay, Robin has 5 skill points, archery skill points, so that's a +5. And then he also gets a +1 for this special card. These are the base merry men. You can't get these bonuses if any of them are killed. If you have to replace, so if Robin dies, the game's finished. But any of the other merry men, if they die, the replacement merry men that you hire later, they don't get any of these special bonuses. Okay, so he's going to get a marksman. He's a marksman skill, so he gets a +1 DRM. So we're going to get a +6. There's a very good chance he's going to hit the 60% chance. Okay, he rolled a 5 plus a 6. Yeah, that's a hit. So he shot his arrow and he hit him. Forrester didn't know what happened. He's like, what was that? And okay, he rolled a 2. He's checking for the wound. Where are we at? We're on the D tables, right? Oh, C tables. No, D tables. Okay, I lost my space here. Just a second, I lost my place. Okay, and it's a bow, so we get a +1 modifier for the arrow. It's a yeah, if it's a quarterstaff, it's a -1 because it's a blunt weapon. But the arrow gets a +1. And something I didn't point out, yes, the video in the part 1 of this this game, this part 1 video, is if you do a dagger attack and it's an ambush, you get a +2 modifier. So daggers are really good for like sneak attacks the first combat round. If you can ambush, you get a large +2 modifier for the wound. Now if you poison a dagger and you get an ambush attack, it's devastating. If you want to use it against a bandit captain or maybe Guy of Gisborne, if you can ambush them, you can it's pretty much guaranteed kill. So always keep that in mind, that the dagger is a very effective weapon if you can ambush. Kind of like a stealth thief character. You can play that type of character if you want. So we rolled a 2, and then we get a +1, so a 3. That's a light wound. I just grazed him, I guess. So we got a light wound on him, unfortunately. I thought we could do more damage to him, but I guess not. Okay, now we'll remove these, and then we're going to go ahead and draw again. I'm going to be fair and mix these up. Okay, 5. 5 is Will Scarlet. Will Scarlet's attacking. And we're going to have Will also attack the same Forester. We want to get a kill. We want to get some gold, like some experience points. Okay, Will Scarlet has a sword. I don't know if you can see this, but this is a sword. This is his sword. This is just a regular quality sword, no bonus to hit. If it's a very fine sword, you get a +1 modifier, and if it's an exquisite sword, you get a +2 to hit modifier. So the quality of the sword matters a lot, but it doesn't affect the wounds. There's no wound modifier for the quality of the sword, only to hit or not. So he's got a light wound. Okay, he's going to attack with his sword. Will Scarlet's attacking number 1. Forester. Okay, he rolled a 7, and then Will Scarlet has 5 swordsmanship's skill points, so that's an automatic hit. He also gets a +1 modifier because he has 1 light wound, so it's an automatic hit. I don't even have to calculate. I already know. And I only really calculate if it's kind of close, like, oh, I'm not sure. But usually you can tell if they have like a +5, it's really easy to know right away. +5 swordsmanship skill. You're gonna know right away, unless it's like a 1 or a 2. Maybe not. But that was an obvious hit. So we're gonna go ahead and roll for wounds. Oh, we rolled a 10. Okay. 10 is a KIA, so he's dead. So Will Scarlet just slashed him with his sword, and Forrester's dead. So we're going to go and put a KIA counter next to this Forrester. He's dead. Now, if he somehow evades, they let's say there were several severely wounded, and there's only one unhurt or capable Forester. He can only carry off 1. They can't carry 2 people. There's no way. 2 bandits or Foresters or whatever. So if they're capable and they do evade, they can only carry off 1 severely wounded. But if they're KIA, of course, they leave the bodies behind. They don't carry off the bodies. That's why you want to get kills. That's a guaranteed gold. You're going to guaranteed to get gold, or maybe even a quality weapon from the body. Okay, so that's his turn. He's killed. That's great. We might be able to kill him before he even gets a chance to... Oh, no, okay. 2, we drew 2. So he gets to attack. And we're going to roll 1d6 to see which merry man is targeted. 1, Robin. Okay, he's going to shoot his bow. He's a veteran, so there's a good chance he'll hit Robin. Okay, put that attack counter there. And roll 1d10. We're going to go to table D8, Forester attack. Okay, he rolled a 2. It's probably a miss, but I'll double check. He's a veteran, so let's see. Forester evading, green sky. Okay. Yeah, he only gets a +1 for veteran skill, so it's a complete miss. No wounds on Robin, so no problem. Okay, so that's it. He missed. That was his only chance. Now hopefully we can kill him. We're all going to target him, obviously. Okay, 3 is Friar Tuck. Friar Tuck is using his quarterstaff. Now you can't get a kill, an outright kill with a quarterstaff on the first hit because there's a -1 DRM for the wound because it's a blunt instrument. Now if they're already wounded, yeah, there's a good chance you're going to kill them. But on the first hit of an unwounded enemy, you can't kill them. That's just the way it is. Okay, we're going to go ahead and roll. Oh, we rolled a 10. That's an automatic hit. And we know we're not going to kill him because it's a... Okay, we rolled a 6. Okay, we're going to check the note A for the amount of wounds. The level of wound, let's say 6 is moderate wound. And -1 is a 5. Oh, it dropped it to a light wound because it's a quarterstaff. Unfortunately, it was only a light wound now. So he kind of conked him over the head, but he's okay. All right, next. Okay, merry man number 4 is Little John. Little John also has a quarterstaff. Now, quarterstaffs are a little bit less effective for the attack, but they're better for defense. So it kind of balances out. He is attacking. Oh, I forgot to move these. Okay, that's all right. Okay, he's attacking him again. Forester number 2. Okay, rolled a 10. Wow. Okay, we're doing good. And we're going to roll for wounds. Okay, rolled a 3, so it's a 3 minus 1 is a 2. So it's a light wound. But it compounds, so it turns into a medium wound. 2 light wounds are a medium wound. Or a moderate wound, I should say, not medium. Moderate wound. So, that was pretty good, I guess. Well, we gotta kill him. Okay, 6. That is Much. Much has his dagger. We don't have any poison for any of the weapons, not yet. Maybe later. I rolled a 1. 1 is an automatic miss. Okay, unfortunately. Okay, we drew a 1, but 1 is Forester. He's KIA, so we're going to remove this from the draw cup pool. And our last attacker is Marion. Come on, Marion, let's kill him. She has her bow. This is Marion, Lady Marion here. And please hit him. Okay, she rolled a 5. And she does not have the archery skill. Let me check. This is the sheet I'm checking. Let me show you. This is the Merryman status sheet. This is Lady Marion here. She has no archery skill points. So she only has running and so far, herbalism. So she gets no modifiers. Modifier bonuses, attack bonuses on table D7. So she rolled a 5, and he's a veteran, so that's a -1 DRM, but he's moderately wounded, so it's a +2, so that's a +1. And that makes it a 6. It's a miss. Her arrow just whizzed past him. She missed. Now, we're going to go ahead and roll. So everybody attacked. After everybody attacks, we're going to go to... Let's skip that. This is Forrester evasion check. And I'm sure he's going to try to evade. I have to roll 1d10. Pretty sure he's going to run for his life. Okay, roll a 5. And he is moderately wounded. That's a +2. And then +3 because he's outnumbered. So a +5. Yeah, he's running for his life. So we're going to go ahead and take our evade counter as a reminder. Put it up here. Doesn't matter. Just a reminder that they are running, trying to run away. Now, they don't automatically evade. There's a chance that you pursue them. It's abstracted, but there's a chance they can't get away, and the combat continues, the next combat round. So that's the check. So we only have to roll this once. If there's already evading, we skip. We don't have to roll this every combat round if they're already evading. Now we're going to roll to see if he can get away on table D10. You can see that. Okay. I'm going to roll 1d10. Now you do roll on the D10 every combat round if they are attempting evasion. Now if evasion is successful, they all evade. You don't have to roll evasion for each. I kept that part a little bit simpler. Okay. We rolled a 1. He's a 60% base chance. 60% base chance of evading. 1 is an automatic failure, so he is trapped. Maybe the merrymen have him surrounded. Like I said, this part's abstracted. There's no hex like this for the combat, but you can just imagine what's happening. So it's probably surrounded and you can't escape. Trapped. So let's go ahead and go to the next combat round. We're going to take our draw cup and put everything back in. Now he's probably going to be killed. I don't see him escaping, but anything's possible, I guess. Okay, we rolled a 2. We drew a 2, and that's Lady Marion. We're going to put our attack counter. We don't really need a defend counter anymore because there's just him, but we'll just leave it. But when he attacks, we'll have to switch it, but I don't think he's going to survive long enough to be able to attack. We'll see. Okay, Lady Marion is using her longbow, and she rolled a 4. That's a miss. I can tell you right now that's a miss. Okay. 5 is Will Scarlet. Now he does have a +6 modifier, so there's a very good chance he's going to kill him. Forrester's bleeding, and he was moderately wounded, so he's bleeding out a lot, probably panicking. Okay, he rolled a 4, but we get a +6. And a +2 because he's mildly wounded, so it's a +8. He's hit automatically, and he's going to be toast because any wound he receives becomes either a severe wound or a KIA. And if he's severely wounded, that's considered the same as KIA if he's the only one remaining. So let's see what happened. 8. Okay, he's KIA. If he's severely wounded, then the merrymen cut his throat or kill him. I know that sounds bad, but but he's KIA, so he doesn't. Will Scarlet slashed him with a sword, so he's dead. And wow, that's great. We finally got our first 2 kills. Foresters. The sheriffs are not going to be happy about this. So now we're going to go ahead and go to the end. Where are we at here? Let me find it. Yeah, let's see. Okay, end of combat round. Now, once all capable units have attacked, the current combat round ends and the next one begins. Go to table D6 for the next round. After combat is over and all enemy units have either evaded or been KIA, MM means merry men, may collect weapons from each KIA unit to give to towns used later for rebellion against the Sheriff of Nottingham. 1 weapon per empty merryman inventory box may be carried. Weapons from KIA units, enemy units may not be collected if merrymen successfully evaded. So if you recover a very fine or exquisite bow, a longbow, then you can keep that for the merrymen. You don't have to give it to the towns. Now, if it's a very fine, that counts as 2 weapons. If you generic weapons like these, counts as 2, and if it's exquisite, it counts as 3 of these when you give them. So, but you only have to carry 1. So, for example, it's exquisite, and then you go to the town like, we're going to give these weapons to help, in the rebellion. So you give them the 1 exquisite. You'd have to make a note that it's exquisite. And you would go ahead and write 3 increased to 3. So that'd be like 8. But you probably, to be honest, you're probably not going to give those away because they're so valuable. I personally would give them to the merry men, or even keep them in reserve at the cave hideout, because they are valuable, quite expensive, if you can't even purchase them. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and roll 1d10, and there's a 20% chance of a very fine bow recovered, and then there's a 10% chance of an exquisite bow. So let's go ahead and roll. We rolled a 3 for him, so no, just a regular bow. And let me do this again. That was a bad roll. Roll a 6. No, they're just regular bow, plain old regular bows. Now, if we want to keep the bows, which you probably wouldn't want to because they're generic, you could actually take, if you're not going to give them to the towns, you could take these. These are the base bows, the long bows that don't have a quality, increased quality, so it's just a regular quality. You could actually put them like here, but we're not going to do that. We don't. The thing is you don't have to buy these. These are just kind of like considered so common that you don't lose them. Or if, for example, if one of the merry men is arrested, captured by the sheriff of Nottingham, and they're thrown in the, for example, they're thrown in the dungeon as a prisoner, and you break in and you sneak in and you fight your way through or whatever, and you do rescue them. Of course, when they're arrested and they're a prisoner, they don't have a weapon anymore. It's gone. Now, if it's an exquisite or very fine weapon, it's gone for good. But if it's a base, like a regular quality weapon, like, for example, this dagger, you can pick these up anywhere. So it's not like you're going to have to buy a regular quality dagger, because they're not for sale in the game. So you don't have to buy one of these from the black market or whatever. Only the higher quality you can buy sometimes. So that's why I said you're probably not going to give away the better quality weapons to the towns unless you're desperate. So we just got 2 bows, regular long bows, so that we're going to use them as the weapons to give to the towns. Now you don't have to give these to the towns right away. We can store them at the cave hideout. See, this box here is for weapons. Now this is an unlimited space storage, so you don't have to worry, oh, do I fill it up? There's no limit. But we're gonna probably go ahead and, until we have our plan to know what to do, we're gonna go ahead and probably carry them back to the cave and store them there. So we'll give, it doesn't matter who carries what, really. Okay, we'll give one to little, who's that? That's little John, and then this is little Scarlet. They'll carry 1 weapon unit each. Okay, and then we also gained, let's see, we gained, hold on just a second, please. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, for each forester killed, we gain 200 experience points. And but we do not get any gold. Apparently, they're not carrying gold with them, which why would they? They're working, They're foresters. They're not like in town shopping or something. So you can't always collect gold when you kill. Only if you're in the yellow zones. And even then, let's see here. I believe it's, if you're robbing, of course, if you're robbing, they're always going to have gold. But if you do kill them, if it's a soldier or bandits, they get, let's see. Yeah, they're not going to have gold on them. The only gold, oh no, actually the bandits do. Okay, so of course the bandits are going to carry gold. So if you kill bandits in the yellow zones, they have gold, and you're going to roll randomly to see how much. And then if you kill soldiers, the sheriff's soldiers, they're not carrying gold on them. So I think that's pretty logical. But you can rob travelers every day for gold. So there are a lot of ways to earn gold. But killing soldiers is good for experience points. And then you can also sometimes recover better quality weapons. So, okay, so we're going to go ahead and we'll remove these. That's finished. We got 200 experience points per forester that was killed, so that's 400. Now here, we just earned plus 100, plus 1 Merryman skill point per 100 XPs. So we just earned 4 skill points, which is really cool. All right, now we're going to go ahead and, if you don't want to use your skill points right away, you can make a note somewhere, like you could write for SP or something like that. But I usually assign the skill points right away because they're so necessary and they're so valuable. So we got a plus 4 skill points, which is really good. And I'm gonna give Marion This is so difficult because there's so many skills you can fill in, but you need them all early on in the game. But certain ones are more valuable. They're all valuable, but very helpful. Let's see. I'm gonna do. Okay, Much has a dagger +5. I think camouflage is very important, but I'm gonna go ahead and. Was that a +4? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do. Herbalism is very important too, but Marion really should have. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and give Marion 4 archery skill points because she's not very effective. And if I could give Friar Tuck quarterstaff skill points, I'm not sure. I think, I'm gonna go ahead and give Marion the 4 archery. Lady Marion, that's good. Okay, so we use those up, but we're gonna still go ahead and leave our experience. But yeah, you know, to be honest, you don't have to keep track of the total amount of experience points unless you want to, because this does not affect the final scoring. The only thing that affects final scoring is how soon you're able to bring all the towns together, or however many towns, to rebel against the sheriff of Nottingham and to kill him and take over the castle. So you don't really need to keep track of the maximum unless you're just doing it for your own personal reasons. Like now I could go ahead and erase this and start back at 0 again, because it's not going to make any difference. It's only necessary for tracking how many skill points you earn that you haven't used yet. So, but it's up to you. Okay, I'm rambling on too much here, so we'll continue. And yeah, okay, I'm going to try to keep this video shorter than yesterday's part 1 video. So, okay, we did gain those. We'll put these away. KIAs. That was a good battle. We didn't receive any wounds, which is great. Okay. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and this is the same day still. We have not completed the search for the healing herbs. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the fee tables. These are all the combat tables. We're finished with these are Forester combat tables. And these are the 4. Here we have healing herbs gathering, poisonous plants gathering, hunting deer, or hunting wolves. Now the hunting skill actually applies to both. So the hunting skill is very useful if you're hunting deer or wolves. So. All right, and then you can actually, let me show you this. Okay, let's see the brown zones. You can actually, again, you have to forgive me, I haven't played this in quite a while. I'm only going by memory. I believe you can actually, you can actually sell, here we go. You can actually sell venison, deer meat, basically, to towns, or you can give it to them. So for example, if you give it to them, you get a +1 loyalty per, okay, gold, this is gold, sorry. +1 loyalty to Robin Hood per 50 gold given, up to maximum of 10 loyalty per town. Now, weapons, this is how many you give. Now, if you give them the town, oh, I guess you can't sell it. I thought you could, okay. Okay. Yeah, I thought I had included that where you could actually sell it, but maybe not. Okay. So if you give the venison to towns per unit, you get 20 experience points per venison unit. given. So I thought I included that where you could sell it to the towns. Yeah, I guess I didn't. Okay. I think that's a rule I changed early on during the design. Yeah, so they obviously don't have gold to buy the venison. So, okay. So we're going to go ahead and... Yeah, we're going to go ahead and search for some healing herbs here. This is the Sherwood Forest Zone 5. We have our little reminder, gathering healing herbs, just to remind us what we're doing. And we're going to do it on table D13. We can roll 1 per day, 1 time per day. And we get a +1 per 5 herbalism skill points. Now, we only have 9, so we only get a +1 because it's not 10. If we had 10, we would get a +2 because it's per 5. It doesn't round off. You have to have the exact 5 for each merry man. Okay, we rolled 5, and +1 is 6. No, we found nothing. Okay, the day ends. We're going to spend a few days searching. Okay, we mark off the calendar. I'll be ending this video soon, but I want to try to go ahead and find some herbs. Okay, the next day we're going to do the same thing again. But before we can search, we have to roll for Forester encounter again. Okay, we rolled a 3, no Foresters. That's good. We're not looking for a fight right now. We're going to go ahead and go to D13. We're going to skip. And we're going to roll 1d10. No herbs. This is why it's important, if you're going to do something like this, to have multiple merrymen maxed out at 5 skill points each for whatever activity you're doing in the Sherwood Forest zones. So we're going to go ahead and mark off our calendar again. Now we're on January 8th. We're going to go back again. You can spend weeks doing this if you want. I don't recommend it, but we're going to have to get at least one more healing herbs unit to try to brew. We have 1 right now, but I want an extra one. So we're going to go ahead and roll for, okay, Forester check, no Forester. I don't even need to check the table. It's a 10. If the 10 is rolled, then the Foresters are encountered. Okay, we're going to roll for healing herbs. Nothing again. Okay. So you can spend a while doing this, but don't spend too much time, because time is very valuable in this game. Okay, Forester, nothing. Healing herbs, 8. But actually, I forgot. Let me see. Yeah, I forgot. Okay, Marion automatically gets a +1 DRM for gathering poisonous plants or healing herbs. So we get an 8 + 2. We get the 5. She has the 5 herbalism skill points, plus she gets a +1, so that's a +2. So she found something. They found something. We're going to go to note A and see if she found 1 or 2. Okay, we get a +1 modifier if Lady Marion is present. Yes, she's present. Okay, we only roll a 5, and then +1 is 6. So there's only 1 healing herb unit that was found. Okay, so we'll go ahead and grab one of our healing herbs. And now we have 2. We'll give them to Lady Marion. She can carry both of them. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and head back. We'll mark off the calendar again, because the day's finished. We're going to go ahead and head back to the cave hideout. We remove this because we're no longer gathering healing herbs. And we do need to... Oh, you know what? Let's see. Was I doing something? Okay, everything's correct. I'm going to go ahead and go to the tables, F tables. And here we are. Cave hideout, white zone. Now these are the different activities you can do. You can brew medicine, or you can brew poison. Or you can, you know, move inventories around, whatever. But you're not, you can do anything in one day. Like, for example, you can do multiple brewing attempts per day. There is no limit. Okay, so that's one thing I allowed, was you can do like 5 or 6 attempts if you have a bunch of herbs or poisonous plants. So spend the whole day doing that. That's fine. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and to brew medicine, we have to have 2 healing herbs units per attempt. And if you want to try to brew strong medicine, you have to use 4 healing herbs per attempt. Now, if the attempt fails, you lose the herbs, and you get nothing out of it. It's gone. So that's why the skill is important. Now, the skill only applies to one of the merry men. That's not cumulative when you're brewing. So we're going to use Marion to do that. Okay, so we're going to get a +1. Oh wait, we're going to get a +5. And a +1 because it's Lady Marion, so we're going to get a +6. We're going to take our 2 healing herbs, and we're going to remove those because we're attempting to brew. Okay, rolled an 8, so automatically successful. Now those healing herbs become 2 healing herbs, become 1 medicine unit. Now we have 1 medicine unit. We're going to give it to Marion. Okay, that's great. This is worth, what, 100 gold? Pretty good deal. Okay, that's it. And I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. There were many other things you can do, but I think you get the basic idea. And we're gonna still have to do our quest. You know what? No, I'll go ahead and do a little bit of wolf hunting. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. We'll spend a couple more turns hunting wolves, and so the day is finished. That's all we can do today. Not going to do anything else, so we mark it off. It is now Saturday, January 11th, 1180. All right. Now the next day comes, the sun rises, and we're going to go ahead and do some hunting. It doesn't matter which zone you do. You can do any zone you want. It's all the same effect. We're going to go into zone. Well, let's see, Alverton. Which one's closest to Alverton? Yeah, we'll do 5. We'll have to go through Newstead Abbey to go to Alverton, but that's fine. Okay, now we have to roll for Forester check first. Okay, roll a 9, no Foresters. And we're going to take our little reminder counter, hunting wolves. We're going to hunt some wolves to try to get some wolf pelts to give to Alverton as proof that we killed wolves, because wolves are attacking their livestock. They're traveling out from the forest down into the town and killing their cattle, their cows. Maybe dairy cows, probably. So we're going to go ahead and go back to table D16, hunting wolves. We can roll 1 time per day. And we have no hunting skill points, so we rolled 7, nothing. Okay, we'll mark off the calendar, and the next day begins. And we'll roll for a Forester check, no Forester encounters. And we rolled a 6, no wolves encountered. Okay, we're going to spend another day. It is now January 13th, Monday. Foresters, nothing. Okay, we rolled a 10. We do have some wolves, but for the base chance is 10%. We're going to have to get some hunting skill. That really increases the chances, which is good. Okay, I forgot to drop these weapons off at the cave. We'll do that later. Okay, we're going to go ahead and roll 1d10 to see how many wolves were killed. Now, if you see here, this just says encountered. This doesn't mean killed. We have to roll down here on note A to see how many wolves were killed. Okay, we rolled a 9, which means we killed 2 wolves and then a wolf pelt. Becomes wolf pelt, so 2 wolf pelts. Okay, now if you roll a 1 here, you got to be careful. If you roll a 1, no wolves are killed, but the merry men are attacked by the wolf pack. So then you have to roll for, you have to go to table G1, roll result 7. So it's a little dangerous. There's a 10% chance the wolves will attack the merry men. So we rolled 2, so we killed 2 wolves. So we're going to go ahead and get 2 wolf pelts. Here's 1 wolf pelt. We skinned them, killed them and skinned them. And we'll give it doesn't matter who carries what, really. And then another wolf pelt. Okay, all right. We've already accomplished we completed the quest. But we can probably kill some more. And for the quest, we do get 20 experience points plus 50 gold for each wolf pelt. So it's very valuable. Like, we're gonna get 100 gold for just these 2 wolf pelts. If you can kill a whole bunch of them, then it's a lot of gold. And we already got 40 experience points just for 2 wolf pelts once we give them to the town. All right, and then of course we get +1 loyalty, town loyalty for each 10 wolf pelts. So we're going to try to kill at least 10 before the date is on the 22nd. Now, this date means you have to deliver them by this day. If you don't deliver them by this day, the quest fails and you get nothing. If you give them you can't give them the wolf pelts after this date. They won't. They're like, forget it. It's too late. So, okay. We're gonna go ahead and go to the day ends. Mark off the calendar, and we're gonna go ahead and we're not gonna do any more hunting right now. We're gonna head back to the cave. And we're going to go ahead and transfer these 2 weapon units. These are generic weapon units you give to towns. We're going to write these in here. 2 weapon units, like 1, 2. And then the wolf pelts. We're going to go ahead and store these at the cave for now. Later we'll deliver them to the town. But we'll put these here, 1, 2. And then 2 wolf pelts, 1, 2, like that. Okay. So remember, the storage space is unlimited at the cave. This is all of the items in the game. quality, everything. So there are a lot of items in the game. Okay, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I hope you you enjoyed watching this playthrough. And the game is available on Wargame Vault as print and play. There are a lot of counters to prepare, so that's one thing you need to understand. But I think I'm hoping that you will all feel that it's worth it, the time put into it, because this, like I said before, this is a very deep game, and a lot of time and effort went into designing and playtesting and proofing this game, and I hope you you give it a chance. It's one of my personal favorites, and the replayability is just great, and just, you know, like I said, every time you play it, it'll there's just so much to do. It's total sandbox, open-ended, and there's so many choices to make that you can make. So, and a lot of content. And anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.